Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Garbage Mice podcast. I'm here in my shed in an undisclosed location. This is going to be a solo episode. I don't know where Artillery is, and I'm making a little project here. I'm making some Patreon rewards that I'm going to be sending out in the mail pretty soon. And yeah, going to be making one for a little pizza box too. Wait, who's at my door? Who's there?
Ratsante, hey!
What?
Open up! Open up!
Artillery? How'd you find me, dude?
Dude, we have a podcast to record on Thursday. What do you think? Oh shit! Wait.
Yeah, I'm just recording it by myself. You don't need to be here.
What do you mean by yourself? We're not. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that on your desk?
Oh, it's the.
What is that on your desk?
The Patreon rewards. It's for the patrons.
Why do you need gunpowder for the Patreon rewards?
I thought they would like that.
And why is there screws and other shrapnel?
It's for the patrons. Just trust me.
So you're sending them broken glass and screws in a little cylinder of metal with some weird electronic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they would like it.
And who's our Patreon that is stationed in the Federal Reserve? As I see here on the package you are about to send by the mail.
Oh, that's a little pizza box.
Of course it's a little pizza box. Yeah, you know what? No, this makes total sense. So, yeah, I'll want to record a podcast. Like, what do you want to do a solo?
I guess you could join. You just have to help me make these bombs while we record.
Whoa! What did you say?
I mean the birthday presents for the patrons.
Look, dude, I don't want to go back to Syria. Whatever you're doing, you can just finish alone.
Okay, I'll just finish this up as the episode goes on. I'll continue to make these.
I did not just hit my plate, and you're not gonna have to deal with that audio. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, today we have come to mourn. We have lost a great genius today, a fantastic mathematician, and a man with a once bright future, who has gone and thrown it all away because he just hated society.
And he died of COVID. How tragic.
How tragic. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Elliot Rodger.
Oh, you mean him. Oh, yeah.
No, wait, I think I got the wrong guy. Oh, wait, yeah, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, he died of COVID. Very tragic. If he had just been a good little vaxie and got his vaxie, he'd probably still be alive. He would have lived to be 200 years old had he done that. So very unfortunate.
Indeed. Today, we mourn the death of Ted Kaczynski, who died of COVID while hanging from his cell in a noose.
Yeah.
Which was completely unrelated to the COVID diagnosis.
Real crazy that he just so happened to die of COVID while he had a rope tied around his neck.
Yeah. It happens, you know?
Yeah.
It happened at least a couple hundred times last year, so... actually, he... You know what I think drove him to that? Yeah, people will say, oh, he had cancer. But here's my answer. Ted Kaczynski is a bit of a meme, right? Bit of an e-celeb, kind of. It's kind of an edgy influencer.
I think that he would send you something in the mail if he heard you call him an e-celeb.
He's a bit of an influencer, if I do say so myself. And
he would murk you on the spot if he heard you describe him as surrogate entertainment.
Part of being an influencer is receiving lots of fans. Now, Ted Kaczynski had a lot of fans, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
A lot of those fans are socially inept pole tards. You know, B-tards.
Yeah.
Far right, far left, far center.
He talked a lot about over-socialized people. I think the people on 4chan are under-socialized. I think that they went too far in the other direction.
See, the thing, he used to receive a lot of fan mail. Actually, people would send him letters being like, "Ted Kaczynski, I am such a big fan of your work," and then they have only read like his manifesto and nothing else he wrote, which he wrote a lot. Like, he wrote a book. I don't remember its name.
Yeah, he's wrote several books, I think.
Yeah, but then Ted would reply to them being like, "Hello, son. I really appreciate your interest in the cause and in abolishing industrial society, but first you must start with discipline. Your writing is all out of whack. You're very grammatically inconsistent. So are many of the people who write me. So what I'd recommend for you to do is limit your screen intake, unless you have to do it for a job or for school. Limit it to 1 hour a day, and then exercise, diet. Go on a run every morning for like half a mile, 1 mile, and then 2 miles. Not so that you're the fastest or the strongest, but so that you're fit and you're disciplined. And write better, read my other works, and please stay safe, my friend.
And get a better haircut. Ditch the Zoomer haircut.
Get fucking better, dude.
Get rid of that yee ass haircut.
And then the first thing these people would do is like post it on Reddit and then it's listed on eBay. Signed letter from the Unabomber.
Man, those are probably worth something now.
Oh, fuck. I was actually thinking of writing him, but I realized that I don't want to be on a watch list. Like, I'm not in a position right now where it's very nice of me in my current status as an immigrant to be mailing known terrorists.
To Ted Kaczynski.
To be mailing known terrorists. So I kind of put that off until I got, citizenship, but then he died.
Yeah.
Now where will I get my signed copy? Oh, I know. I just need to buy it for $50.99 from eBay.com.
Yeah, someone has his typewriter that he wrote his manifesto on. That's probably worth a lot of money.
Yeah, they called him the FBI.
No, that got auctioned. A citizen owns it. Like some random person just owns it now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's probably worth a lot of money. They bought it for $20,000 in 2011.
Dude, did Ted Kaczynski used to play in 1958 for the Phillies?
I don't think so.
Because I'm looking on eBay for like Ted Kaczynski, and all I see is like.
Is there a guy named Ted Kaczynski?
There's a guy. Oh my god!
No
They're
way.
actually on sale. Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, 4-page signed letter, envelope with stamps, $900.
Oh my.
Another one. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, handwritten letter, original and unique, for $2,665.39 Canadian cents, with $100 shipping.
That's an expensive letter to mail. $100 shipping. I guess it's because it's insured. I guess that's probably why.
Yeah. But like at that point, dude, why? Just why charge that much? Just add it to the fucking. I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the Unabomber's letters. I wonder what it says. I wonder what the $2,000 one says. You can cut this out. Could be a bit of a tangent, but.
Yeah, maybe.
Estimada amigo, me alergo mucho de contrast.
Is he writing in Spanish?
This is Spanish. No, wait, this is Russian.
Ted Kaczynski knows Russian?
I mean, he's Polish, so.
I guess he does have a 170 IQ.
First side is in Russian. No, first side is in Spanish, second in Russian. Is this like a...
What the...
exchange? What the fuck is this?
How many languages does he know?
This auction is for a 7-page letter from Ted Kaczynski to my wife, written in 1993. The letter is written largely in Spanish and partly in Russian. My wife studied Spanish in Montana. Thus, the letter got back from him is largely in Spanish, but most of one page is Russian.
Here, send me this. I want to see this.
Oh my god! This was in 1993, and my wife had no idea to his activities or future fame/infamy. What? When was he arrested?
Send me this listing, 1996.
Oh my god, this is pre-Unabomber phase.
Wow. That's kind of crazy. If this is real, that's insane. This letter is 30 years old.
Alright, here's another one. Thank you for your letter of June 11th, 2014, which I received on June 30, and thank you even more for the greeting card you sent with it. So far, you've sent me 3 of your pictures, and each time, when I've taken the picture out of the envelope, I've saying to myself, wow, look at that. I don't have a birthday to acknowledge until December 9th, but I can hardly wait till December so I can proudly send that card to a friend of mine. I delighted with that card, and if you can make me a few more of that style, I'll be very grateful. You asked me suggestions, you could draw me a card with a picture of just about anything. Bet you make it look beautiful, and if you have some specific ideas, here it goes. First, let me explain that almost all the birthdays I have to acknowledge are in May, June, or December. I have 4 or 5 birthdays. This by to acknowledge in May and June for those. Wait.
Yeah, there's some pretty decent things on here. I'm looking on eBay.
Oh, what are they looking for?
No comment. Someone's selling a copy of the newspaper, the New York Times, like a vintage copy, like from 1996, and it's only $15.
No, but why would you buy that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you can buy a silver spoon for $15. Let that sink in. But yeah, that's Theodore Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, he killed himself because he was being harassed by chuds on 4chan.
Unironically, dude, what? Do you mind if I take a minute to find that letter? Where he just goes off on one dude being like, you're undisciplined.
Yeah, we can take a cut and we can find that.
Oh, here we go. Found it.
Yeah, you found it.
Thank you for your interesting letter, which I received on June 13th. First, you said you had read all of my published works, but since you didn't mention my book, Anti-Tech Revolution, Why and How, it may be that you didn't know about it. You can order a copy of it from www.fitchmadison.com or by postal mail from Fitch and Madison Publishers, 1550 North Hayden Road, Sweden. You asked several questions, none of which can be answered briefly. I don't have time to attempt full answers to them, but I can offer you a beginning of an answer as follows. You ask what qualities an individual should aspire to. First and foremost, one should aspire to self-discipline. This is a quality in which nearly all of our young people nowadays are deficient. I suspect that the deficiency is a result of excessive exposure to electronic media, quote-unquote social media.
Very based. Let's go.
In particular, in any case, I would advise you and your friend to undertake the systemic cultivation of self-discipline. For a start, I would suggest the following. 1. Almost all of the young people who send me handwritten letters fail to write neatly, legibly, and clearly. And you are no exception. As a first exercise in self-discipline, you and each of your friends should send me a handwritten letter that is neat, very legible, and well organized, with every word spelled correctly. Undoubtedly, you are capable of doing this. It is just a matter of applying the necessary self-discipline. 2. You should undertake a program of physical training. You can start by running half a mile a day. When you feel comfortable with that, move up to a mile, and so forth, until you are running 5 miles at least 4 times a week. The object of this will not be to win races or anything at all of that sort, but simply to cultivate self-discipline. And of course, it's always advantageous to be in good physical condition. 3. In view of your age, I suppose you are still in school, and it may be that your schoolwork requires you to use computers. But, apart from your schoolwork, cut your use of computers, iPhones, and other electronic media down to a maximum of 1 hour a day. This will not only be a good training in self-discipline, it will reduce the damage you suffer from overexposure to electronic media. You also ask about leadership, self-discipline. Oh wait, you also ask about leadership. Self-discipline is probably the first and most important quality of good leadership. In particular, one must learn to control. Sorry, it's handwritten. It's kind of like folded over there.
Yeah.
To control the expression of one's emotions, the ability to remain calm and self-possessed under all circumstances wins respect. See Anti-Tech Revolution, Part 173. That is all I have time for now. Let me know how it goes, but when you write to me, I may not be able to answer promptly due to the time constraints and because the prison authorities have been playing tricks with the money that I need to buy postage stamps. Yours for the revolution, Ted Kaczynski.
Man, that guy sounds like an angel in that letter. It's hard to believe that he like bombed people.
Killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, like this guy's taking time to help this random guy who's probably not even gonna listen.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? Ted Kaczynski is a genius, and he prophesized a lot of things that we see today. He could see it coming from the 1970s, the 1980s, what we're living in now. He wrote about leftism in his manifesto. He wrote about technology. He wrote about everything we're seeing, every problem we're facing nowadays. His problem was, despite his genius and despite his accurate prophecy, maybe or maybe not, I cannot judge this for myself, he probably didn't do the right thing when he killed a bunch of people. His message certainly spread, he is certainly known, and so are his ideals, but he's limited himself. This is like, he kind of lashed out. He had the proper knowledge, he had the proper, commitment, he had the proper mindset, but we didn't have his way to apply himself. He took to the extreme. Part of it, I believe, is because he's under-socialized. Like, humans are social creatures, and the guy just lived in a cabin in the woods all by himself.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's... So, rest in peace, Theodore Ted Kaczynski. I hope to see you in heaven. I'm not sure if I ever will, but hey.
It was really based when he killed that guy who was like the CEO of an advertising firm. I think people who advertise...
Sante,
I think we're better without them.
as a guy who aspires to live in a cabin in the woods, you probably shouldn't say this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff you should probably keep to yourself, at least when you're being recorded.
The MP3 files from this podcast are going to end up in the FBI database. These are going to end up in evidence one day.
He's going to show up in court one day, and this exact phrase is going to be played back. Oh, it was very based when he killed that person. And then they're going to just show that to the judge and the jury. Anyway.
Then I'll get to receive letters from 4chaners.
Oh, speaking of which, remember the I'm sorry guy? The white nationalist shooter?
Oh, yeah, the Buffalo guy.
The Buffalo guy. How often do you think he receives, what was her name? Martha photos. Martha the dog photos.
Oh my god. It probably just like floods the mailbox at the jail. It's just like overflowing to the brim.
What was her name? Martha Speaks.
Yeah, Martha Speaks.
And no, you're mean.
Oh, hold on a second.
You okay?
Oh, sorry about that. I'm back.
All right. The Buffalo shooting guy was looking at the cartoon's dog fat tits on his phone right before committing the attack. It was drawn by a black dude too.
That was a sentence I didn't think I'd ever hear.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh man.
You want to hear about my interesting topic for the week?
Yes. I'm prepared mentally. I'm ready.
I'm gonna go a little more into this, but in the Catholic Church, we kind of have our own like little smaller divisions. Let's say you have your trads, you have your charismatics. But what? Let me tell you what happened in my day with a trad.
Okay.
We were going to do altar server training with an 8-year-old kid. He was new. He wanted to learn. He wanted to help in the mass, and I love that about him. He knew a lot about the mass. His parents taught him very well. He was very interested, very keen. He looked like a kid with a bright future. He was not on his phone all the freaking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His parents really took care of him.
Oh, that's good to
we
hear.
teach him, okay, this is where you carry the crucifix to. Then the priest says this. Then Father says that, and then the bread and wine are consecrated, and they become the body and blood of Christ. And he's like, yeah, I know that. And cool. After the training, the church was paying for our expenses, our lunch expenses. We went to a sushi place. By the way, cheap fucking sushi. Like, what was it? 24 rolls for like $12 Canadian.
Ooh.
That is an insane deal. That's like 10 US dollars.
That's really good. Wow.
Yeah. So he took us there. It's a pretty good deal. We're hanging out with the trad. He's talking to this kid about like the Latin. He's talking to this kid about how Latin is such a cool language. And this kid is smart.
So this kid's 8 years old, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Latin is very cool."
No. The 20, what was he? Oh, he was like younger than me. So this 22, 21-year-old kid, by the way, looks exactly like a chud, like the chud soy jack. I just thought I'd mention that. His lips are a little bigger than the chud, but aside from that, anyway, he's talking to this kid about like Latin, and how like Latin is a language, and you have ecclesiastical Latin, and classical Latin. And the kid is not really paying attention to this topic, because the kid is bright, yeah, but I don't think he really cares about Latin that much.
Dude, he's 8 years old. Let him think about, like, I don't know, Clifford the Red Dog. What do 8-year-olds think about nowadays?
Oh, he's thinking about God. This kid is really smart. But we arrive at this sushi place, and we sit down, and we order. And the problems start then, because our traditionalist friend is like, well, where do you go to school to? And the kid is like, I go to private school. And then the guy's like, oh, you're so lucky you go to private school. I used to go to public school, and in public school there are a lot of evil people, and if you don't do what they say, they might put you in detention. And I had no idea where this was going until he mentioned that unless like you put up pride flags and like you salute them, you're not.
You have to salute the pride flag?
Not salute them, but like,
okay.
I don't know, not stand against pride or like not say anything against it. Like if you talk against it, that you'll get suspended. Blah blah blah. Like, oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, how's school? I bet you're doing pretty good, right, kid? He's like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Then, the guy continues about this pride bullshit. He's like, yeah, there are a lot of people who promote sin and evil living. Have you ever heard of Sodom? That's why they got bombed, because of their sin. And actually, and he was about...
You ever heard of Ukraine, son? Actually,
he said, like, Noah. The people of Noah were flooded because they would partake in you ever wondered why Noah put in one male and one female of every species? Because in the before times, males would go in with males and females with female. I'm like, oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah. Anyway, how's that? I'm trying to stop this guy. I'm trying to get it through a little bit. Like, hey, okay. Let's talk about a different topic in front of this 8-year-old kid. And he's like, and that's why the rainbow is in the sky. The rainbow is a symbol that God wouldn't do that again if we do this again. And they're doing it again. Rainbow, you know how many colors it has? Like, 8, 7? He's like, yes, 7 colors. However, in the pride flag, there's only 6. You want to know why there's only 6? Like, oh yeah, 666, number of the beast. You know, that's 5. I'm trying to interrupt. Kid, 555 is a holy number. 444 is a holy number. 777 is the holiest number because 777 represents the Father and all the 7 graces. However, 666 is that incompleteness before that. That pride is there, and so it's 6s instead of 7s, and that's why it is an evil number. Isn't that cool, little kids? And like, yeah. At this point, like, sushi scum.
Okay, I think if I was 8 years old, someone tried to explain all that to me, I'd just like bite their thumb off.
Wow, this kid was too nice. Anyway, we start eating sushi. It's like, yeah, so you want to know why they have 6 colors in the flag? I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah, we talked about it. Like, the 7 virtues, the says, It's like, yeah, you're lucky. Like, they're promoting. Dude wouldn't shut the fuck up about how much he despised LGBT, and he's trying to explain it to this kid who's 8 years old and shouldn't even be hearing about any of this. Like, you know how they're like, oh, like, kids shouldn't be a drag. Yeah, and kids shouldn't be taught, like, any of this shit either.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like,
I didn't think about that aspect of it. Yeah.
It's leave the kids' innocence alone. That's the whole purpose. The kids are innocent. They don't even understand this stuff. Like, oh yeah, and like when you tell that little kid, like, oh, boys like boys and girls like girls, or like boys like girls, they don't think like as in love or partnership or, intimacy. They think about it in the aspect of like friendship. Like, oh yeah, I love Sarah from math school. Or like, if they don't have any girlfriends, oh, my best friend is George. He's a boy. Do I like boys? He doesn't know. He's fucking 8. This guy wouldn't shut the fuck up. And every time he starts the conversation, I'd have to deflect it and then start a new topic, and then he would go back right to the same fucking place. I don't even remember what he said. He's trying to talk about like why LGBT flags have 6 colors and like transgender people. And usually I would say based.
Yeah, but not...
Usually I would say based.
Not when you're
Not
preaching
today.
that to a little kid. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's,
Stop trying to over-socialize the little kid. 'Cause
oh
that's
my
what you're
God.
doing. You're pushing social norms onto a little kid. It's like, just let them...
You're bringing him into a discussion he should have no place in.
Let him form his own opinion. He's probably just going to turn out fine. Like, as long as he's
His
not
parents-
exposed to
this is
propaganda, he's probably going to turn out fine.
This is something his parents have to talk to him about. And his parents are doing a pretty good job. Just leave him alone. Yeah, that was a bit of a doozy.
Man.
And then the kid is like really nice. He's really smart, really kind. We talked to him. He's doing very well in school. He's the kind of kid you want. Like, jeez. So this guy is, a bit of a traditionalist. Do you know what a traditionalist is, Retsante?
Yeah, I've heard definitions before. I don't know if the same definition that you have.
In the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh, let's go.
So, look. I know this is gonna feel like, oh my god, artillery's preaching again. Yeah, but no. This is interesting. Trust me. This is like
All right. No, I'm listening.
real world stuff.
I am. I'm listening.
I want to apologize to Nobo Gobo Nobo because he asked for an expose on Alawites. Sorry, sir, I'm doing an expose on us Catholics. In the 1960s, the church has many councils. Like, they bring people in, they have theological discussions, like how do we progress in the current era, and how do we progress our dogma? How do we, define our dogmas? So in the 1960s, they had the Second Vatican Council, where some of the stuff they said was non-Catholics can be in heaven with God's grace. Jesus still saves them, But Jesus' mercy is infinite. It doesn't just extend to us Catholics. Basically, the idea is everybody in heaven is a Catholic, but not everybody who goes to heaven will have lived his life as a Catholic. Some people have just never heard of Jesus Christ. Some people may, convert in purgatory. You never know. This is not something like the church can speak about. Stuff like that. So this is one of the more, causes of confusion about Vatican II. Other point of Vatican II is, since the 1400s, Mass would only be said in Latin. So the prayers, the offerings would be offered in ecclesiastical Latin. However, before, it used to be in the local language, and after Vatican II, it came back to being in the local language, and there was a lot of ambiguity. There was a lot of okay, instead of saying these particular prayers, you can just say this kind of prayer. You can just, instead of doing this particular action of genuflecting, you can show reverence. In your own way, you can show reverence. Right? How does this sound, Ritsante?
It sounds fine.
No! No, how dare you! You heretic! It's apparently not very fine. To most people, it is fine. We moved the altar, and it still works. No!
Can we put a pride flag in the corner? Does that still work?
Shut the fuck up! Anyway, these traditionalists are people who believe that, well, to some extent, there's a lot of it. But the most, reasonable traditionalists, the most, traditional traditionalists, just believe, you know what, I think the Latin Mass is a little more, I like it a little more. It's a little more reverent. It's a little more, good. Because you want to offer your best to God, right? And the best thing in the Mass is the sacrifice of Jesus to God. You can't top that. But you can surround it in an environment that's appreciative of that. That reflects that holy reality. Well, this is where things start to get a little fucky-wucky. Because, again, in the Catholic Church, this does happen. A lot of the new order of Masses, because it doesn't say specifically to sing these prayers in this way, they would get a guitar and piano choir, and they would sing all these hymns of I have decided to follow Jesus, instead of Kyrie, in Latin,
in
Greek
Latin.
and whatnot. Yeah. No, that was Greek what I'm singing. How could you fucking misgender my language?
I misgendered your Greek. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't send me a pipe
Greek,
bomb in the mail.
Greek is the feminine, Roman is the masculine. Anyway, this is where you start to get a little bit of a schizophrenic. Let us start with radical traditionalists.
Okay.
These people still believe the Pope is the Pope, thanks be to God, but they believe that the new order of the Mass is invalid. That when you do the new Mass, you're not sacrificing Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is not there, and he's only there in the Latin Mass. And you should only go to Latin Mass, because if you go to the new order of Mass, you are displeasing to our God. And that they believe that, teaching that people outside the Catholic faith can be saved because God's mercy is infinite. Heretics! Heresy! That's universalism. That means Catholicism doesn't matter. You are disobedient. It's not how this works, dude. Come on. And so, this is where you get a lot of the Andrew Tates of the Catholic Church. I want to bring up a local example. You got this chud who won't shut the fuck up about how LGBT people are complete evil and Satanists, and they hate God. This is some of the stuff he was trying to say to this little kid. You get people in church group chats. You got your local church, you got the youth ministry, you got a local Telegram group chat, Facebook group, and they talk to each other on it. They're posting, "Hey, you guys want to come to golf this Thursday?" And then the next message, "The Vatican II is heresy, and this is why. And women, there was this video where like, streamer destroys 8 women with facts and logic. This is posted to a Catholic
Streamer
group,
destroys 8 women with a pipe bomb in the mail.
This is like the kind of video where it's like they invite the 8 dumbest fucking women ever, and they try to make them defend their positions.
Stupid podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, we gotta
like,
we gotta get one of those things going. We gotta convert the garbage mice. Let's fly you out to LA. Let's get a studio in LA, and let's just go pick up random drunk women at the bar and have them come to our studio.
you know, because women really love the pickup line of, "You want to be on my podcast, baby?"
You want to be on my anti-Semitic podcast?
Anyway, that's some of the things you say. So there's stuff like, women should not be reading at mass, or unveiled at mass, or at mass. Shit like that.
Women should not exist at all.
Don't get me started on those black people. Am I right? This shit is like a Catholic group of like some fucking Filipino parish. You know what I mean? Because these or like, why the new order of mass is a heresy. Top 10 reasons to be to call it thus. You have like orders like the what was it? Society of Saint Pope Pius X. So SSPX.
Okay.
And they are pseudo heretical. They are not in full they're kind of in a gray area on whether they're good with the Vatican. Anyway, so that's your group of moronic traditionalists who believe that the Pope is wrong. Now let me tell you into Sedevacanists, or how do you say the fucking word? Sedevacanists. So the word comes from the Latin of seat is vacant. So the word is sedevacantism. No, sedevacantism.
Sedevacantism.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Let's go on a little lesson on theology. The Catholic Church believes in apostolic succession, believes that every priest should be ordained by someone who is ordained by someone who is ordained by an apostle. They also believe that the Apostle Peter was the head of the universal church, and so his seat is the seat of the head of all churches. There are patriarchs who are also descended from the apostles, but for the most part, you have Saint Peter as the final say in most things where there is a profound disagreement on something. Like if you have 5 patriarchs who say yes, 5 patriarchs who say no, Pope gets the last say. Papal supremacy, papal infallibility, yada yada yada. You have the Orthodox tradition of also believing in apostolic succession, but believing that all patriarchs are equal, that nobody's word is above anybody else's word, and that the Pope saying that his word is, the Bishop of Rome saying that his word is above anybody else is a heresy, and so he is wrong. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they believe in the authority of the whole church. Again, the church is like a source of authority, but like the Pope is not the main one, and you have to do ecclesiastical councils. You have the Protestants who don't believe in apostolic succession, believe we're all priests in the Holy Spirit, so any one of us can be a priest, and they don't believe in the papacy at all. They don't believe there is a central church or a central authority, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Now
I'm trying to keep up here.
Okay, so let's recap. Orthodox, church really matters. Pope is not real, or Pope is not a proper term, proper position. Catholic Church, Pope is the supreme authority of the supreme authority of the church. Or rather, the church is the supreme authority and the Pope is its leader. Protestants, no believe in church, no believe in papal authority. Then you have the seeds. The seeds do believe in the authority of the Catholic Church. They do believe that the Pope is a real position, that there is the seat of St. Peter is the seat of leadership over the church. They just don't believe that the Pope is the Pope. Does that make sense?
I guess. I don't know.
Do you follow? That they believe that the Pope is a real thing, but that the Pope isn't the Pope. Or rather, that the Pope's seat is empty.
Yeah, okay.
You want to know why?
Yeah, why?
Because Vatican II was a heresy. So the Pope said a heresy. And popes can't say heresy. So there is no Pope.
Okay.
So instead of like saying there is no Pope at all, they say the Pope is a valid position, but nobody's a Pope.
This
How?
is hard to listen to. I'm trying to keep track of all this.
This is insane. Like, oh yeah. No, definitely. The Pope is like, you had Pope Pius, you had Pope, not Francis, Pope, Michael, but not the current Pope. He is not the Pope. There is no Pope. Pope has stopped being a Pope since the 1960s. And where was I? These people are fucking insane. It's just like, this is like where you get the schizo posting in the Catholic Church.
So
I once
we're talking about the Sedevacantist. The Sedevacantists.
Yeah.
And if I pull up their Wikipedia page here, under justification, arguments often hinge on their interpretation of modernism as being a heresy. And that's it. So what does this mean?
Modernism.
Teach me. What does this mean? And make
modernism
it quick.
Can no. It can mean whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
That's the cool thing about it.
Let's go.
You can
So
say
it can mean that I can play Fortnite, and that's it.
So, yeah, kind of. Some people think, women being allowed to speak or sing in the choir or do something is modernism, and that's a heresy. Some people will think, thinking that people of other faiths can be saved is a heresy. Some people think, the mass being said in not Latin is a heresy because it's modernism, because it's modern, or like the position of the altar is modernism.
Okay, so they're rejecting modernity. Okay.
Yeah, they're returning to monkey.
Maybe they're kind of based. I'm starting to like them. You're not making a good case to think they're crazy. I'm starting to like them.
I want to share this story. I made a post about like receiving the Eucharist on the hand, which again, Eucharist, the full body, body of Jesus Christ, and traditionally in the Latin Mass, you would bow down and you would receive it on the tongue. You would not, because you are not, eating the Eucharist. The Eucharist is coming to you. God is coming to you. But, some modern parishes, some stuff like that, they have no kneelers. They have no stuff like that. And so, some people just receive it on the hand and then eat it. And to them, that's a great sacrilege. And so I posted that. And then some dude was like, did you know that the Pope is a heretic and Vatican II is a heresy and you're a heretic and you should save your soul? And then he started like sending photos of Pope Francis with fire, like looking next to him. Let me show you this.
This is like a meme edit of Pope Francis.
No. This is like Pope Francis waving, or like a bishop waving. I don't know who that is. And then like a fire that looks like him. There's just a fire that's taken the same outline as a hunched over 80-year-old man waving.
Oh man.
And there's this other one of like, oh my god, there's an upside down cross at the Vatican, which yes, Yes, there is, because an upside-down cross is the cross of St. Peter because he refused to be crucified. Another one is like a guy in like a Satan costume somewhere. Just somewhere randomly. There's a guy in a Satan costume in what appears to be like a Protestant church or
like
a Catholic
a
church.
Halloween party. You got a guy dressed up as Satan.
Just okay, Ratsante, try to describe this picture. What is this picture? This isn't even a Catholic church. There's no crucifix.
I'll put this up on screen. This looks like a furry convention.
There's Jeffrey Epstein right next to him, to the right.
Dude, it's
You
Jeff.
see?
Yo, Jeff.
Yeah.
How's the furry convention going, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, what do you think of this or this one? Well, actually, this one's a bit sacrilegious, but again, I don't know if these are Catholics. I have no context behind this picture. Again, you believe that
this looks like a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party.
Yeah,
You got
let me
just
explain
a
the picture.
clown.
I'm talking about a picture without explaining it. This is a man in full clown costume with clown makeup receiving the Eucharist, which again is the body of Christ, on the tongue. Which, I don't know where this is from. Is this from a mass? Is this not from a mass? Is this in a Protestant church? Is it in an Anglican church? I don't know. Like, what the fuck's the context behind this picture? And then he sends me like 8 YouTube videos all at once. And then, what else does he send? He sends a lot of crazy fucking shit. Keep going. Yeah, just describe, like, the first picture. The first picture I showed you.
The first picture. Yeah, it's people comparing the Pope to fire and upside down crosses. Just like very vague comparisons.
Yeah.
And then we have the furry convention classic moment. And then the clown.
So this guy's a significantist. And what does he even say about it? Current Vatican II sect, not true Catholic Church, in the end times counter church that was predicted in the Bible and mentioned by Saint Padre Pio. And then the Vatican II sect's teaching are contrary to the Catholic Church has always taught. And fucking hell, what is this shit, dude? He sends like photos of the Pope with like religious leaders. Like the Pope next to the Dalai Lama. Am I supposed to like be upset at this? The Pope is talking to the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Bottom... Okay, let me show you. Let me explain each one of these pictures. He sends one picture that's a compilation of 6 pictures. First one on the left is Pope Francis. I believe this was before he was a pope. I'm not sure. Like at a Hanukkah party with a bunch of Jews around him, which, yeah, not based. Second one.
The banker Americans.
Yeah. Second one is him, like, opening. This is not even Pope Francis. This is the previous John Paul II. He's opening a Quran. Or not even a Quran. I don't even know that book. He's opening a random book from a veiled lady. And the presumption is, oh, it's the Quran. Third picture is of the Pope again going over to the Dalai Lama and handing him a Bible. Or some book, which probably, again, a Bible. How is this offensive? He's going to, a religious leader and telling him, hey, this is what I believe in, dude. Fourth picture is what really gets me. It's just a photo of a bishop. It's just a bishop.
Just a random bishop.
Just a random bishop standing there with a crucifix in his hand. What is this supposed to tell me? He's wearing glasses. Is this the heresy? Is he wearing glasses?
You're supposed to see the world as it was intended.
You're saying God built you wrong when you have glasses. Fifth photo, again, it's just some pope and a bishop behind him. What's this? Sixth photo is like the pope with a weeb. There's a weeb. Next to him, there's this guy that looks half Japanese.
Pope's at the anime convention. Okay, that would be a damning photo if you got Pope Francis at the anime convention. He's like taking a picture with Hatsune Miku or whatever they have.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Yeah. So, what the fuck? And what else would he say? Like, Vatican II is a Protestant heresy. Again, how? It's from the Catholic. It's not protesting the Catholic Church. And if I go into his like sources, let me check about. It's just a bunch of fucking nonsense. These are the kind of people that just like go and watch Andrew Tate and then afterwards become Catholic, but don't want to change to become Catholic. What do you mean? We believe that gay people can go to heaven. No, gay people can't. They're evil and from the devil, and we should kill all of them. And then when the church is like, no, they're like, Vatican II is a heresy. Top 10 reasons why.
Top 10 reasons. Oh, man.
Again, no,
you want to wrap this up here in a bit? We're almost at an hour, if you can believe
sure
that.
Thing. But I'm not saying top 10 reasons as a joke. No, this is a real video.
Top 10 reasons of what?
Top 10 reasons Vatican. I gotta explain Vatican II in some episode. Top 10 reasons
maybe next time.
Vatican II is a heresy. Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
that's
Dude, something I have pulled up. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. One last thing I want to mention is like this whole thing of like comparing photos of popes to random satanic images. That's Protestant bullshit. I'm sorry, I gotta go off on you fuckers. There's like actual Protestants who believe that the church has scary equals church is satanic. They like look at gargoyles on Notre Dame and they're like, that's Satanism! Or like pentacles, not even pentagrams. And then they're like, that's also Satanist! Even. Do you know what a pentacle means?
Pentacle? No, I'm not gonna try to figure that out.
It is like out. It is a 5-pointed star in the middle of a circle. But it's, upright. It's not upside down. The pentacle is supposed to represent the 5 wounds of Jesus Christ. It is an old Catholic symbol. But because the Satanists are lazy fucking plagiarists, they just stole Catholic symbols, turned them upside down. They're like,
turned them upside down.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's evil. They turned the cross upside down, which that just means humility before Christ.
Can we just take the pride flag and flip it upside down and say that it's the straight symbol. Flag? Yeah, this is the symbol of the church now. We're reclaiming the rainbow. We're just gonna take it and flip it upside down.
It is the homophobic flag. It is the anti-LGBT flag.
I am a proud homophobic. I'm a proud homophobe. This is my flag now.
One thing you gotta ensure is that like the trans triangle is on the left, not on the right.
Yeah, we gotta invert that.
You gotta invert it.
Oh,
what else? Oh, and a maple leaf. Just turn it upside down. Now I'm anti-Canada. Now I'm in the United States. This is the flag of the United States. Maple leaf upside down. Fucking French flag. Turn it sideways. Haha! Now I'm in the Netherlands.
Oh.
Actually, that is true. The Netherlands flag is just the French flag sideways.
Man, maybe we cracked the code. You heard it here first.
Russian flag upside down. Haha! Now I'm become Estonian.
Ukrainian flag upside down. Now I'm Russian.
Israeli flag upside down. Haha! Now I'm becoming Jewish.
I've seen so many people around here that have like the Ukraine flag. Like they want to support Ukraine, but they have the flag upside down.
You fools! Now you're Russian! Did you know that the upside down Ukrainian flag is actually a Russian flag? You fools! You have been played.
Oh, dude, I have the eBay page pulled up still for the Ted Kaczynski stuff, and I was just scrolling through it a couple minutes ago. Some of this stuff is
Yep.
so funny. Like, there's a Ted Kaczynski action figure, and there's two of them. Here, I'll pull both of them up here. I guess I could put them on screen. One of them is him in prison, and one of them is him before.
Oh my god.
Here, I'm
see.
trying to send them both to you. Here's one. Here, let's go ahead and secret hangout. Here's one of them. Then here's the other.
Fucking act. You're kidding me.
The Ted Kaczynski
This is not
action
fucking
figure.
real. Oh my god. Oh my god. Handwritten sample.
I don't even think it's an actual handwritten sample. I think it's just photocopied.
It probably is, but like $55.
For the Ted Kaczynski action figure.
Oh, this gets worse. I'm on that same page and I see like Ted Bundy action figure.
A Jeffrey Epstein action figure.
Oh, I'm not. Wait. Jeffrey Epstein action. Jeffrey Epstein men's clothing. I want to see this category.
What is it, like his polo shirts?
Oh, no, this is like. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Boo. Action figure.
Can we get a George Soros action figure with a yarmulke? Get a little yarmulke on his head.
George Floyd.
George Floyd action figure.
This has got to be real. Hold on, give me a second. And beep 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 beep. George Floyd action figure.
Oh, come on, send this over.
Wait, no. Wait. I instead of finding action figures, I found George Floyd jokes.
Did someone make a racist joke book?
I like George Floyd's new song. It is really breathtaking. What's George Floyd's newest song? I can't breathe. That's the joke. It's got 0 likes. And 2 replies.
Oh my God.
The replies are Comrade Communist says he fucking deserved to die. Derek Chauvin should have gotten a medal and $1 million for killing him and making him suffer. Anonymous says, nah, he didn't. He died because he was black, not because he did anything illegal.
Man,
I sent you the link. I sent you the link.
Right. He was right.
I sent you the link. Just click it. It's on Secret Hangout.
Worstjokes.ever.com. George Floyd jokes.
Sort by date. Third joke.
What is George Floyd's pickup line? You are breathtaking.
Okay. What do you call a flat road named after George Floyd? Flat Neck Road. What the fuck is this shit? Okay.
Oh man, why was that so funny?
Okay, let me. Because it's just so fucking stupid. It is like a parody of George Floyd jokes. Oh my god. Oh
man.
no, this is a good one. This is a good one. Hold up. Why couldn't people use the George Floyd action figure? Because it was vacuum sealed.
Oh man. Wait, I just found something on eBay. It's
Oh my.
it's a sticker that just says I'm voting by mail, and it's a picture of Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh man. Alright, I think we can cut it off here.
Wait, hold on. Let me just get
Unless you have any
jokes.
more breathtaking topics that we can cover.
Here's like a manifesto of bad jokes.
Oh no.
You want to hear them?
Yeah, rattle them off.
All right. You want to hear something bad? A pile of dead babies. Want to hear something worse? The one at the bottom is still alive. Want to hear something worse than that? He has to eat his way out. Want to hear something worse? He comes back for seconds. Okay, that's kind of funny. What?
I don't know
What
about
do you-
that one. That wasn't quite as funny.
What do you know when your dishwasher stops working? Hit your wife harder. What's the difference between a baby and a trampoline? The trampoline doesn't cave in when I jump on it.
Wait, repeat that? The first part?
What's the difference between a baby and a trampoline?
Oh. Man, what kind of jokes are these? These aren't funny.
Okay, let me sort my best one last time.
Okay. Hit me with the best you
this one's funny.
got. Hit me with the best joke you got, then we're ending it. I'm cutting it off.
No, I'm gonna say like 3 more jokes. Okay, 3 more jokes.
Okay, fine.
They named the road after George Floyd. It was a dead end though. Okay.
Alright, come on. 2 more. 2 more. You got two shots, 2 opportunities to seize everything you've ever wanted. Come on.
This is a joke. Oh my god. Okay. This is from Scarlet Witch. What do you call the most fucking racist and obnoxious country in the fucking entire fucking omniverse? North America. And if you disagree, just because you're American, I don't give a fuck, you low-life cunts. Plus, if you don't think you're racist, hello people, motherfucking George Floyd.
Oh, man.
Fucking country of North America. Oh, brilliant.
Alright, one last one. Come on. Just hit it out of the park with this one. Send us all home. I got stuff to mail out. I gotta hit the post office early tomorrow.
Alright, this is the last, like, joke. I wouldn't even call it a joke. It's got, like, 15 likes and 22 dislikes. It's, why can't George Floyd breathe? He had a knee on his neck, stupid.
Hey, that's pretty funny.
You know what? We gotta find like shitty small forums like this with no moderation.
Yeah, we gotta find another website like this for next time. We just gotta go through it.
Yo, like, oh my god, this is so fucking. The feds haven't gotten to this one. Oh, it's got priest jokes.
Okay, tell your finest priest joke, and then we're done. I'm not gonna allow any more after this. Your finest priest joke.
Okay. Alright. They're all like child rape jokes. Every single one.
I don't know. That's pretty funny.
Like, it gets old really quickly when instead of being a joke, people are like, "Oh yeah, all priests rape children," which isn't true, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah. Alright, do you give up? You don't have anything, nothing funny about the priests?
Hmm?
Or
Alright,
are we just gonna be done here?
There is one. I don't think if I've ever told it. This one is actually a Greek fable that is present in every religion. So this is like a kind of funny thing. A priest is drowning in a river. A boat comes along and asks to help him. He says, "Leave me alone. God will save me." The next day, another boat comes along and asks to help him. He said again, "Leave me alone. God will save me." The next day, a cruise ship came in and asked to help him. Once again, he said, God will save him. God will save me." The next day, he died. This is such a shitty fucking rendition of this joke. I'm offended. The Zeus one was better. Anyway.
Oh man, alright, we're
He
done
died
here.
the next day. He went to heaven and asked God, "Why didn't you save me?" God said, "I sent you 3 fucking boats." That's the thing.
Oh, okay, we're done here. That's all, folks. Thank you for coming to the Garbage Mice Comedy Club. It's been a great night. Thank you to all the comedians who came up on stage here.
I'm going to find the most schizophrenic websites, and we're gonna do like a little run through of them.
Yeah, coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Oh yeah. What do you call a fat psychic?
What?
A 4 chin teller.
Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha.
Come
That
on,
was very
funny.
funny.
It was funny.
Alright, we're done here. I'm cutting it off. Goodbye.